When I was 12 years old, I started sneaking out my window at nighttime and going to parties and everything, right?
Yeah.
And then one night my dad caught me coming back in my window. He was sitting in my room. Did I ever fucking get a beating? Oh my God. But it never helped. I did it over and over and over again all the time. Then I started doing drugs at an early age.
What kind of drug?
I started just doing pot at first, and then I just got heavier and heavier. And I got into cocaine and speed and you fucking name it. So when I started doing heavy chemicals, I started stealing more and doing a lot of crime, eh? Then I ended up selling drugs until I sold to an undercover in Oshawa. I took the undercover to my drug dealer's house. I didn't know he was a cop. So I did 18 months for that. I'm not as bad as I used to be. I used to be like every 24/7 into crack. So it's only maybe once or twice a week now, eh? Which is fucking amazing for me because I used to go all the time. Toronto never sleeps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's always tricks out on the street, always.
Right.
Things were getting out of control. Me and Jimmy have been together for 6 years, eh?
Oh, I didn't know you were together that long.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And things were just getting out of control with him, and he was starting to back away from sex and all that stuff. And I didn't blame him. You know what I mean? So I just said, all of a sudden, I said, "Fuck this! It ain't worth it." I like it down here. I really do. And if it comes to the point where they're gonna kick us out of here, I want to take my house with me. We've built it to be moved.
But no, I am what I am. You either accept me the way I am or forget about it. But I don't consider myself cracked up. I consider myself more of a user than an abuser like I used to be.
Right.
And soon I'm going to be clean. I'm going to ARF. I'm going to some kind of program. I'm going to find out tomorrow when I start again. I was in jail from 68 to 78. I went in doing 3 and I got 2 manslaughter briefs while I was inside for guys raping kids. I'm one of the original 13 from the Kingston riot in 71. I'm one of the original guys charged. Like 71, I got a murder beef, and then in 75, some guy was raping a kid, and I ended up stabbing him 41 times. I ended up with 17 and a half years. It doesn't mean that I'm right in what I did.
Right.
But that's the way it went. I like me better now than I did then. How's that? I'm more of a. I like people more, and I like me. So all about drugs. When I got in 78, I got a job at Arrowhead Metals. I worked for 7 years, married, wife, kid, and then I lost everything.
How?
I ran into cocaine.
Yeah.
When are the best times to actually, find a loaded car?
Thursday, Friday night.
Why?
Anywhere between 8 and 10 o'clock, since people are going in for supper and they leave their stuff out in the car. Or if it's a rainy night and they come home at night, they won't take their stuff out because it's raining and they don't want it to get wet. Just as long as the sharp edge touches the window's history.
I want to see this.
Rainy nights are the best night. You wear your freaking slicker and away you go. Or a snowy night. And the other best time is Sunday mornings. Is when they go into the church, the women always stuff their purses in front of the seat because they don't want to take the money and put it in the box.
I took a 10-month vacation. I boosted some tools out of the truck. Nice too, brand new. I mean, not even opened yet. Milwaukee's, stuff like that. Sold them to a guy. Half now and half at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Well, he gave me the half now, but come the end of the week, I went to get my money. So I went up the next day and there was nobody home. Took the tools back. They were sitting on his porch. So I took all my tools back. Golf. I was in golf.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And it's done?
Yeah, I'm finished now. I'm all clean. I got no more warrants. Except in every other province that there is. So if I stay in Ontario, I'm fine. My mother's full-blooded Cree Indian.
Right.
And I have a saying, the top half is Indian, bottom half is the asshole. I nearly counted out at the last minute.
What's that?
Yeah, thank you. That worked.
There you go.
wrong end. Yeah, because you want the copper is what you want. That's the stuff we pulled out before. Yeah, we got that of it, because you can only get up so high. And I was walking along. See that bottom flat piece?
Yeah.
I was walking along there all the way
Seriously?
around. Oh yeah. Hanging on with one hand, walking along, pulling it off. Pulling it off.
You guys haven't done nothing. Look what I've done. Good, Jerry.
Yeah.
Did you hurt yourself? I think I did. Let's see what happened, man. Are you cut?
No, just smack my elbow. Right, because that's heavy copper in there. It's, you know, about 22 pounds, 30 pounds, you know, 30, about $42. Which, I mean, you know, $42 to some people isn't much, but for me, it keeps me going for 3 or 4 days.
Before we stopped smoking, we didn't really care about this house. Didn't care how messy it got, nothing. But now that we're not smoking, we've been clean 4.5 months. I'm proud. I really am. It's only 4.5 months, but one day at a time, and I'll keep my sobriety.
How old are you, Shannon?
I'm 20 years old. I lived in a group home.
Right.
And
How'd you end up in a group home?
my parents. My mother's a crackhead and my father's an alcoholic. 4.5 months, and with my son, I was this big at 7 months.
You have another son.
I have one little boy.
Let's see.
We lost custody of him. For one, we can't bring a baby down here.
No.
2, our addiction.
Right.
But right now it's a better place for him because I'm not stable yet. I have a roof over my head and stuff, but I'm still not on my own. Like, I'm in transitional housing. Last time I spoke to my father when I was pregnant with my son, I told him I was pregnant. He called me a fool and hung up the phone. That's the last time I spoke to him. Basically, my mother was never around. All I cared about was my next toke. That's all I cared about. When I squeegeed for my dope. I'd make 20 bucks and go get 20 piece. Make 20 bucks, go get 20 piece. Make 20. In 5 years, right now I want to go back to high school and finish my grade 12. I got 7 credits to finish, and then I want to go to college.
What do you want to study?
You know what? Childcare.
As a harm reduction worker, I did needle exchange, provided condoms for sex trade workers and others on the street. I flew a crack pipe program one place because we know that Hep C is being passed through the pipes as is tuberculosis from dirty pipes because the lips are cracked and they hand the pipe to one another. So I did a lot of harm reduction work. I had a
Did you get paid well for this kind of work?
No, I didn't get paid well, and I'll tell you one of my sort of pet peeves is my ex-husband was a computer repairman, and for him to fix some kid's computer cost $65 an hour, but for me to keep their kid alive with clean needles, condoms, and counseling, for that I got $15 to $16 an hour. You figure out the justice. I'll tell you something else I believe about this. When our ancestors drank hard, or most of our ancestors drank hard, built shacks, had nowhere to live, couldn't afford land, they were called pioneers. A bunch of people come down here, take all the garbage from society, rebuild homes with it, and they're called homeless. I don't think we're homeless. I think we're alternatively housed, and I think nobody wants to accept it.